We are here live in San Diego at the GTIA ChannelCon 2026, and I'm here with a very special guest coming all the way across from the other corner of the country, Leslie Chiorazzi.
Yeah, pretty good. That's not bad.
From CMIT Manhattan.
Yes, there are a couple of us there, but I mean, I got a unique one for being there. I'm in Murray Hill, which is one zip code, and the Chrysler Building.
Heck yeah, and you just did something big too in Manhattan.
I did, I just expanded. Now I own the Garden, I own Penn Station, I own Penn Plaza, Chelsea. It's pretty good stuff.
Huge. The big time in the Big Apple. Okay, walk us through the founder story. I love hearing this one.
Okay, so, young woman, 2-year degree in fashion from the esteemed FIT. So now I tell people I take the F out of IT or I dress well to meetings, one or the other. I really had no business being an IT provider. So how did I get into it? You want to know?
Yep.
So I was looking for an opportunity in business because I was working for someone who didn't really allow me to be me, right? Same story for lots of people working for a boss that doesn't allow them to really use their skill set. So I found CMIT and I brought this idea to my children who were 10 and 14 at the time, and they said, wait a minute, you are going to start an IT business? You can't even fix your phone. And I was like, wait and see. And sure enough, 10 years later, we're serving almost 100 clients, probably 2,000 seats. And so I showed them, and that's not why I did it, but it is a fantastic sidebar of why I did it.
Totally. Well, that's good extrinsic motivation. What was pumping through your veins for intrinsically?
You know, the ability, I've always been in service. I've always been supporting clients, whether it was marketing or benefits, structures, things like that. In this instance, the ability to work in technology, to be creative, to constantly be moving, to help clients with new things, protect them, support them, make sure their users were educated, that was exciting for me. I know that might not be exciting for most, but I think I was really good at translating users' needs to actual technicians and people that are more technical, certainly, than I am.
Okay, that's good in hindsight, but where did this come from to go from a degree in fashion to wanting both to start a business and to start a business in a completely different industry? Where was that jump?
You know, part luck, maybe just finding something that I didn't need, it was a brick and mortar, like a store. And I think that the initial was I was already kind of in technical sales. So I understood that IT was not only ongoing, right, and had a lot of room for growth, but was also something that every single business needs. So that was kind of what excited me about it. I knew there was opportunity, and I knew that I had built-in clients that would probably want to leverage working with me again in this industry.
Okay. When did you start it? When's the start of this journey?
2016, end of 2016.
Yeah, your 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
When's the big party?
You know what? I think I'm going to do the party at 20.
Okay. So,
and it'll look completely different, this business, than today.
Yeah, 2036. We'll leave that to the end, but that's a great thing to look at. What has changed for you over the first 10 years?
So much has changed, from being just doing support and backup to now security, cloud, data governance and storage, along with now our AI journey, which is super exciting. I know it's also really scary, but it is, I think, an amazing opportunity to lead and help businesses with efficiencies, with productivity, with revenue growth. I'm stoked.
What has stayed the same over the last 10 years?
Thankfully, the clients. Great referrals, great references. I have a fantastic team culture. So those things have stayed the same and grown in a really beautiful way, which again makes me excited for the next part of the journey because we've built a lot of trust in already.
Right, okay. How has Leslie changed? That's what I really want to hear.
You know, I got cuter, I got younger, but seriously, I think I've adopted a different kind of boss mentality from maybe as an employee moving into the space of this journey. I think has taught me so much about myself, about raising my girls, because I think being a boss and being a mom are similar, right? You're managing employees, but you're also letting them do their own thing. There's a kindness to it, but there's also a structure to it. And I think it's part of my honestly my superpower. Like being a mom makes me a better boss.
Yeah, I bet. What's the, this is a fun question, I hope you get a kick out of it. What's the biggest financial mistake you've made?
Ooh. So many. Times when you fall in the store and you just didn't charge the correct amount and you have to eat the difference. I'm in a royalty-based franchise business, so sometimes you bring in things and you didn't realize how much the royalty was going to take of that. I've learned a lot, and sometimes spending, even at a loss, helps you create more opportunities. So that's a longer story for another day. But I've made many.
You got a whole bit on doing business on purpose. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I think whether I'm looking at a client or I'm looking at my own business, it's really important not to do business by accident. So that means finding the right clients that make sense for your business and its growth. It's very easy to take everyone. That's not the way to do business. I don't like to take clients that are too big or too small. And I know a lot of people want to hold on to like these giant opportunities, but it can also sink your business. So I really feel strongly about that. I also think you have to hire on purpose. You have to train on purpose. You have to make sure that everything aligns. That's kind of part of business maturity. And I run into a lot of clients that do business by accident. They don't know where their data lives. They hire people for technology that can't possibly support them on their own. So much. That's why I'm doing a session on it.
Yeah. I think it's, I hear this often and I see it often, I see it in myself.
So if anyone's listening, you think,
Well, business owners must have
have it figured out. The rainbow of colors in the small business world is the same in all of humanity. Not everyone's good at it, not so great at it all the time. So it's a good, healthy reminder to hear
For
from
sure.
other business owners.
The mistakes make you better anyway. Like imagine if everything was perfect, you wouldn't know what the mistakes are. If every day is sunny, right, you don't know what a nice day looks like. I think it's the same with our businesses. Without the mistakes, you can't figure out the wins. So I think, no matter what, you have to learn from them. You have to know you'll have them. I always say in IT, we're in the make mistake business. But if we keep great relationships and set expectations with clients, they forgive. They let you have the space to learn and make mistakes. Technology moves so quickly. No one person, no one company, no best ITSP or MSP is going to get it right all the time.
All right, tell us what you think the next 10 years for you look like. And it doesn't have to be the pie in the sky, like I'm gonna make $10 million. Like, how are you approaching it? You're a much smarter business owner than I am. I'm learning from you on this. Do you plan 10 years in advance? Do you plan 2 years in advance and keep adapting? What do you recommend?
I think it's a bit of all of that. I think you plan best you can, but you have to make sure that you can be nimble, right? You can move based on client needs, market needs, new tools, new practices, new compliance issues. So I think I plan best I can, understanding that I need to have some flexibility, whether that is how I'm scaling, how I'm running. If I'm looking at success 10 years down the road, I want to say that's an overall strategy. I want to be happy. I want to be as grateful today as then for something that we've created together as a team that benefits our clients, benefits each other. When I win, I like my team to win. I want that to be the case, and I want to not feel, I think the more mature your business is, the more opportunity to really take a step back and look at the overall. So in 10 years, I'd like to easily step away and make sure my team is running things same as I am, that the urgency that sometimes you feel as a newer business owner, thankfully I don't really feel that anymore today, but I want that to be even more. So that's 10 years.
That's fun.
And working with you, giving out donuts wherever I can.
We're gonna go knock on some doors and hand out donuts. Yeah. It's great to hear from you, because I also started a business in 2016. That was the start of my entrepreneurial journey. Not as successful now as you are, but definitely learning every day.
Well, how long was that?
The first business was 6 years before I realized it was going nowhere and we yanked the plug.
But 6 years, some big, giant lessons came out of that.
100%. I paid tuition to a huge degree.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I recognized it as that.
And now you know what good looks like.
I'm trying to figure it out every day, Leslie.
But I love that line, because if you think about that, that's what should bring you joy, what should help you plan. You're like, what do I want my business to look like? I want to have flexibility. I want to make money. I want to feel secure. I want to know I'm offering something valuable. Those are the lessons that an entrepreneur, learns, hopefully. Or they shouldn't be an entrepreneur. You should go work for someone else.
Yeah, I can see it in hindsight now.
Yeah.
Like now I appreciate more what the definition of value is, and I can see back then we weren't even close to anything like that. So I know why it was a failure. And sometimes it takes heavy lessons to learn
6 years, I mean, it's a long time to call it a failure. There had to be enough coming out of that, I would imagine, for there to be some wins to it, because it's a long time to go.
Right.
Right? Like even when we were discussing the other day being into this journey for a specific period of time, you're going to get so much more data out of this after a year, after two.
Right.
And the trust journey in a service relationship isn't like, hey, here's this pen, sir, ma'am. Do you love it? Can you afford it? Here you go. And they get to take something back with them. Service is like me, trust me, think I'm smart.
Right.
And
Every day,
that
all the
journey
time.
takes a time, takes time to build. So meeting someone at first steps, if you have rapport already, someone's referred you, someone's recommended you, you know their friend or their cousin or their spouse, that's one thing. But building that takes time.
If you were Leslie now back in 2016, what would you say to her?
Oof, what's crazy is I'm way more successful than I imagined I would be. And I think that's the same journey my mother, who was an entrepreneur, took. When she retired, she was like amazed at what she accomplished. And I don't know if I could have said that to 10 years ago to myself. If I could have said, don't worry, you got this, you're gonna win. And winning is so, it's subjective.
Right.
But,
it's amorphous day to day.
So
sometimes it's just not dying.
I'd say I'm happy. I like to mentor. I like to be mentored. I have a great support system of friends and business people and vendors and mentors. But it's I don't know. I think 10 years ago, I was just I left training and I cried a little saying oh my goodness, what am I selling? We talked a lot about selling, and I was like, okay, I know that part of the journey, but what am I offering? How do I do this? And it just rolled along, and I'm really some days I wake up and I'm like, wait a minute, I run a technical business? What?
What gets you going through the worst day? You got the deepest grind over the last 10 years. What keeps you going?
Humor, laughter, a little bit of TikTok, little bit of funny children, a whole lot of friends. Humor, for sure. Laughter.
Okay.
It is truly the best medicine.
Yeah, the social safety net. Have you?
I compare our lives as entrepreneurs to stand-up comedy a lot.
Yeah.
Because you got to get up every day and just bomb, and then be okay writing down.
Nope, that bombed.
Yeah. No,
Come
I'm
back
not doing that again.
Again.
Yep. 100%. Oh, it's so funny.
When I'm in the real depths of it, I just re-listen to Seinfeld's audiobook.
Oh, so good.
Because that's what gets me going.
Yeah. I hate to say this, now I'm going to sound like a Gen Z. A little TikTok. I take a 10-minute TikTok break and I just scroll through stuff and I laugh and I get back to it. And, back to the mistakes are valuable. The pain is valuable. If you take it and you just get sucked into the vortex, you're done. If you say, okay, I'm going to do better next time, or I'm going to fall on the sword, tell the client or the friend or the family member, I apologize, we can do better. I end most meetings with clients by saying, what can we do better? And when they tell me, I really take that in and bring it back to my team. I don't not just fluff. We want to improve all the time. We want to pivot to make sure that we're offering the best thing we possibly can.
Yeah, that's the gift. That's the gift from them, that they would give you feedback.
Yeah.
It's painful to get feedback, but the people that can handle the pain of feedback and the shame of rejection and the boredom of repetition, they get going. 10 years in, Leslie.
You do
Okay, now that we're both in our 30s, you're looking at Leslie 10 years from now. What are you going to say to Leslie when she watches this video 10 years from now?
You're going to say, girl, you really got paid, because that is still working. I look did you see Rick Springfield last night and Billy Idol? Holy man, I was like, who propped these guys up? Maybe I'm going to be AI surgery by then. I'm going to look 29, because that's my favorite age.
That's a good business to get into. People pay for that. All right, final words. You and I are going to see each other in 4 weeks in Indianapolis.
Yes.
What's your final words signing off here at ChannelCon?
Don't be afraid. Jump into stuff without thinking sometimes. Don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. Find your people and kick ass.
All right, you do your sign off. Tell the people who you are.
Leslie Chiorazzi, CMIT Solutions. I'm managing partner. And my big goals are just one, world domination.
Heck yeah. Woof. All right, happy 30th anniversary to CMIT. This has been live with the MSPAA at the GTIA ChannelCon in San Diego 2026. Thanks for joining us.